So, you're up.
Yeah, kinda inevitable. So, did you have breakfast?
No, but I think I'll go down. I mean, while you shower and all that. I'll just get out of your hair,
Hello?
so...
Hello? Did somebody die?
Hey, Mose.
Yeah, hi! What's up?
Does anyone else hear Twilight Zone music, or is it just me? What's this?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Where'd you find it?
Our friend Larry Chester buried it last night. Or should I say, Larry Sinclair.
Sinclair, huh? Son of a bitch.
It's about the Stewart bloodline.
Did you read it then?
I just skimmed it. I've been working on the treasure map.
Well, would you mind reading it? I've got to figure out why Sinclair lied and why he felt compelled to play Jolly Roger last night.
Say, I'll read it, if you're busy with the map, that is.
Grace'll do it. Why the hell are you so interested anyway?
Just trying to be helpful. Jeez, fine. I'll just go.
Wait. Grace, I'll grab a shower later, so, the room's all yours.
God! Get a grip, Knight. Christ, you retard! This better not be about what I think it's about. Oh, shit. I'm going to my room. Come by later if you want to talk about it.
Oh, I tell you, Jean, I feel it. Something is wrong.
Perhaps Monsieur Wilkes spends the night with another guest.
No, I have already cleaned Mademoiselle Butan's room, and where else could he have been? The American girl stays with her boss. As for the Lady Howard and Estelle...
Enough, Roxane! Lock the door and touch nothing. We shall see if Monsieur Wilkes returns.
Oui, Jean.
Oui, Monsieur Knight?
I noticed y'all coming in here. Is Mr. Wilkes okay?
Oh, I hope so.
Shh! Everything is fine, Monsieur. Not to worry your head. Roxane here, she's only a little bit cautious.
Oh, oui. I'm sure everything is fine.
Come. We will leave the room for Monsieur Wilkes' return. Roxane, back to work. And Monsieur, thank you for the so kindly made offer of assistance.
Hey, no prob. Excuse me, Roxane?
Oh, Monsieur Knight, do you need something?
Say, Roxane, my pants are a little dirty. Would you be able to clean them for me?
Oh, oui, certainly. Just leave them with me.
Well, gee, I was kind of hoping you'd do it while I wait.
Oh, but monsieur, you would not be wearing any pants.
Call me Gabriel.
Oh, Monsieur Knight, you joke with me, no?
Yeah, I'm a kidder. About Mr. Wilkes, you know something? I've learned to trust a woman's instincts.
You have?
Sure. So, what got you upset this morning?
Oh, monsieur, I am very afraid for Mr. Wilkes. This morning his window, it is wide open, and things in his room. They are not right. Usually, I find his nightclothes on the floor, yes? But this morning, there is no sign of them, and his razor and toothbrush, they have not been used. It is as if he never got up this morning. Yet, he is not there.
Gee, that sounds bad. Why don't you let me take a look?
I don't know.
Roxanne, this could be serious. Mr. Wilkes would want us to make sure he's not in any trouble.
I agree. That is why I go to Jean. But he thinks I have the big, imagination.
Personally, I've learned never to underestimate a woman.
Monsieur. All right, I will show you. Follow me. Please, Monsieur Knight, if Monsieur Wilkes returns, do not tell him I let you in, yes?
I won't. Thanks. It's wide open, all right. Creepy. It reminds me of my dream. I don't see any signs of forced entry on the window. That's as ugly as the one in our room. I doubt the dumb waiter factors into this. You have to be pretty desperate and limber to get in that way. A woman lounging around. Typical. I thought he had more papers and stuff lying around. Not right now, thanks. That's his clothes, but where's his equipment? Nothing in there but dirty laundry. The bed looks slept in. The springs are a bit overworked, but other than that... He has a plant in the same spot we do. Ah. Wilkes's stuff is still here. Those towels haven't been used lately. Have you seen Wilkes yet, Jean?
No, monsieur. Have you?
No.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be popping it up any time now.
Get in here. I'm listening.
Well, I really did it this time.
I knew it. You did, didn't you? Did you?
Yeah.
Christ!
Ah, come on. How about some support here?
So what happened anyway? When she left here last night, she didn't want anything to do with you.
Well, it was an accident.
Right. You're the only guy I know who could accidentally end up in bed with the most beautiful woman for 50 miles.
What about Madeline?
What about Madeline? She's. You know, you got kind of a reverse rose-colored glasses thing going on. Must be your fear of commitment affecting your optical nerves. Grace is beautiful. She's nice. She's smart. She's funny. You ought to have your head examined. And besides which, I ought to break your neck for hurting her feelings. Did you get a look at her face this morning?
No, knock it off. I feel bad enough. I just don't know how to act. I mean, God, she's like my sister or something.
Aw. Well, I suppose you could try to talk to her about your feelings, get it all out in the open. Nah. I'll tell you what. Just pretend it never happened.
Oh.
Really? Just act like nothing happened. Try it.
Okay. I can't think of anything to talk to Mose about at the moment.
I have nothing to say to you.
Oh, I think you do, Mr. Sinclair.
Perhaps you had better come in. I've learned that you were, in fact, hired by Prince James.
Good.
But that doesn't excuse your prying into my affairs. You've destroyed my cover.
See now, that's the problem with secrets and lies. It's impossible to tell which ones might be relevant until you dig them up and take a good whiff.
That's between you and Prince James. But I can tell you that you're treading on thin ice. This is a delicate situation. You might find yourself in very hot water indeed.
I'm getting confused. Am I supposed to watch out for thin ice or hot water?
Very amusing, I'm sure. We'll see how your cavalier attitude serves you with the prince. Now, what is it that you want?
I wanted to talk to you about your bloodline manuscript.
How did you know about that?
I followed you last night and dug it up.
You what? This is outrageous.
I hope you can appreciate my motivation. I was in the room when Prince James's son was taken. There's very little I wouldn't do to find him.
I can't fathom why an outsider like you was hired in the first place. It's absurd. But now that you've seen my manuscript, I hope you finally comprehend that I am not the kidnapper.
It's not incriminating in that regard, no.
Where is the manuscript? You didn't remove it, did you?
I didn't think it was good for it, being out in that damp ground and all.
You must return it at once.
Yeah, I will. But it's at the hotel at the moment, though.
Mr. Knight, I suggest you bring it back here immediately. Because if anything happens to that manuscript, Prince James will be very displeased.
I will. No problem. Prince James implied that the kidnapping was political. Would the manuscript have anything to do with it?
It could. There are those who take exception to the idea of Prince James being on the throne.
The throne? What throne?
Never mind.
Do you know Montreux, the owner of the local vineyard?
I know of him, of course. It's a small area.
Is he one of yours by any chance?
A Freemason? No. At least he's not Scottish Rite.
Here's what I don't get. Why are you working on the manuscript here? Obviously, you don't need the Templar vibes.
There's usually one of us in the area, just to keep an eye out.
For what? Treasure hunters?
For anything.
But why you?
There is a certain opposition to the manuscript. The work on it was to be done discreetly.
And you figured they'd never suspect you'd work on it here.
Something like that. Of course, you've quite destroyed my anonymity.
The manuscript promotes Prince James as King of what? Scotland?
Oh, it doesn't promote him as anything, per se. It simply lays out the genealogies. He's clearly the best candidate.
Best candidate for what? Are you talking about Scottish independence?
No. In our modern world, Scotland is a very small principality indeed.
England?
The Stuarts have vowed they'd never accept the English throne.
Well, what then?
It's not for me to say.
Well, I could keep asking him stuff, but I have the feeling he wouldn't tell me anything. I have to go.
As you wish.
FKS 427G. I already have the license plate number and I don't need the tie tread. Why would they stop here? This place isn't even interesting enough to have a tourist sign. Oh, poor Estelle. She's kind of like a faithful bulldog, isn't she? Well, here's a scene of domestic bliss. It looks like an empty plastic water bottle to me. It's gotta be Estelle's. Lady Howard's lips have probably never touched plastic in her life. Morning, ladies.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing here?
Oh, just passing by. I see you've narrowed down your theory.
Really? Some people haven't the slightest consideration. It's all right, Lily. Bother. It is not. Do you mind, Mr. Knight? Estelle and I are on a private enterprise and we don't need any help or supervision from you.
I wasn't offering any.
Very well. Then be gone. Go on. Pish-posh.
You must have a deep desire to humiliate me. You must have a deep desire to humiliate me. Poussin's Tomb Lookout. I wonder who's here. I already have the license plate number and I don't need the tie tread. Somebody wrote wuss. Must have been looking at Mosley at the time. Wonder what Emilio's doing here. Hi, Emilio.
Hello, Mr. Knight.
So, what you doing up here?
Just looking for a quiet spot to meditate.
Funny, most people prefer Tour Magdala or Blanchefort to, meditate.
Do they? This location, too, has its benefits, you know.
He's looking for some peace and quiet. I've never seen a more unsociable tour group in my life. That's the tomb the sign mentions. Must be some famous person named Poussin buried there. That looks just like private property. I love it when it's that easy. Good thing they have those up, 'cause there's nothing more tempting to vandalize than a tomb on a hill. What are you doing?
I was I was just gonna talk to Grace, but she's in the shower and
Huh.
so, see ya.
I'll catch up with you later. Oh, Monsieur Mosley.
This place is a fruit bin. I think Grace can take a shower by herself. I should probably put this in our suspect database. The sign says Lum Mort. Mosley must be in better shape than he looks. That's a big old Wilkes-size footprint. Oh, shit. I found Wilkes. Poor bastard. He's been completely drained, just like the two dead Freemasons. They must have pulled him from his room last night, but no one heard a thing. How do they do that? And why Wilkes? It's from Wilkes to his publisher. He must have been worried about someone seeing it, so he took it to bed with him. Apparently he was right to be paranoid. Either the Red Cross had an accident here, or I found Wilkes' missing blood. I'd rather not, thanks. Knee indentations. Just like at the armchair. God. They held Wilkes here while they drained his blood. He wasn't exactly small either. Well, I guess that answers the question, what kind of PJs would a man like Wilkes wear? If I tell Jean about Wilkes, he'll call the police, and I really don't need a bunch of cops crawling around the valley. If we haven't resolved this by tomorrow, I'll call them myself.
Bonjour.
Hey. It's Madeline's room. Did you check out the Bloodline manuscript?
Yeah, pretty interesting. Where do you want me to start?
What's the manuscript say about the Bloodline?
The bloodline thing is major. The descendants of Jesus are called Desposini. Their symbol is the unicorn.
Unicorn?
Mm-hmm. Supposedly, the horn represents the male phallic symbol, and the unicorn itself represents the fertile Jesus.
Well, no wonder the Catholic Church had a conniption. But is there any way this bloodline thing could be legit?
Well, there's no reason why Jesus shouldn't have married and had children, unless you believe any kind of sex is a sin. Personally, I don't. And you certainly don't.
That's just the line I feed Catholic girls, but go on.
Uh-huh. And it's the kind of thing the early church might have suppressed, if for no other reason than to make sure the bishops of the church had all the power and not the descendants.
That explains how it might be possible, but it's hardly proof.
True, but if it's all a myth, it's a very old myth. The royal arms of Scotland show a Davidic lion of Judah, Desposinic unicorn, and the Jewish fleur-de-lis, so they've believed they were Desposini from the Middle Ages at least.
What's the manuscript say about the Freemasons?
The manuscript came right out and said that the original split between the Templars and the Priory of Sion was over the bloodline. The Priory wanted to support certain French families of Merovingian descent, while the Templars supported the emerging Stuart dynasty. I think it's pretty clear that the Freemasons and the Priory are still fighting over the same issue.
Does Sinclair mention the Holy Grail in the manuscript?
The Grail represents the bloodline and a kind of noblesse oblige duty to serve mankind. But also, remember what you heard on the train? You heard the kidnapper say Sangreal.
Yeah?
The manuscript says the words Holy Grail were actually a mistranslation. The original phrase wasn't Sangreal or Holy Grail, but Sang-Real.
Sang-Real? What's that mean?
Blood royal, or royal blood. The Holy Grail is the bloodline, Gabriel. That's what's so creepy.
Wow. I wonder if that's what they were saying on the train. It's royal blood.
That's what I've been wondering.
Kinda brings the whole vampire theory back onto the playing field, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm still not sure I see the connection between Sinclair and Prince James's men.
The manuscript did mention Prince James. It traced the various branches of the bloodline all the way down to the present day. It was obviously making the point that the Stuarts have the largest, purest amount of the blood, and Prince James is mentioned as the current Stuart heir.
Did you get the impression that the manuscript was trying to set Prince James up for something?
It certainly went to great lengths about his pedigree. I guess the royal families find that terribly irrelevant.
What about rulership? Did it mention anything about a throne?
Yeah, actually. It talked about the European Union a lot. How any system of government ideally has both a parliament and a monarchy. You don't think they're trying to... No.
Position the House of Stuart as monarchs over the EU. Yeah, I think that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Oh, God. No wonder Sinclair is hiding out here.
Is there anything more in there about the unicorn imagery?
A bit. You know all those medieval tapestries that show a unicorn in a garden or a unicorn being hunted?
Yeah.
Supposedly, they all represent the Desposini being suppressed by the church.
Oh. Guess what I found today?
What?
Wilkes's corpse.
What?
I found him at L'Homme Mort. Looks like they took him right out of his room last night.
Oh my God.
Creepy, isn't it? They were in the hotel. Weird, because I was dreaming about them. That's why
Well, how was Wilkes killed?
just like Prince James's men. Throat cut, blood drained into a pool.
God. What am I, cursed or something? I spent the entire day in the car with Mallory and McDougal, and then last night I had dinner with Wilkes. And
What was his big theory anyway?
he had a seismic survey done. They show hollow areas, and he had uncovered a big one. It makes sense, actually, because I've been working on this riddle called Le Serpent Rouge.
Sure, you keep working on that. I've got some ideas of my own to follow up.
Fine.
That doesn't sound like a moped. Damn, it's Prince James. Where's the manuscript? I've got to get it back to Larry before he runs to his boss and complains.
It was right here. I left it on the table when I went to take my shower.
Ooh, don't tell me that, Grace. Grace?
Somebody must have taken it.
Shit. Okay, let me think. It's about time I pinned down our old squirmy friend from the NOPD. I'll get him out of town for a bit.
What about Prince James?
Tell him I'm working on the case. I can't see him till I've got that manuscript, or he'll have my head on a platter.
You really think Mosley...
Yeah, the bum. But do me a favor and look around here, just in case I'm wrong.
Leave me the bike, will you? You can ride with Mosley.
What?
Come on, how can I keep an eye on the others if you leave me stranded? Please?
I don't believe this.
Thanks.
God.